Hello everyone, today I've come back to Covina. You will soon see the places I used to live. Or just interesting stuff, one of the two. This is the cul-de-sac where my friends used to live back in the day. And now I'm continuing on my way. Hopefully I won't run afoul any local law enforcement. I'm just taking a walk around with a pizza in my hand and a bunch of other things so that it looks like I'm in the area. Yep. It's going to be as inconspicuous as possible. Here's Howard Avenue. These were the neighbors across the street we used to know. Their houses here. Yep. And that house there used to be mine, 1066 North Howard Avenue. Yep. Yep, that was it back then. Looks like they were at their screen door, so I'm not going to get any closer as not to rouse suspicion. Anyway. My story is, if anyone wonders what I'm doing around here, I'll just tell them, hey, my GPS is messed up on the Maps app, so it was telling me I could get to the farmer's market from here, but I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. That's why I turned around. That's my story, I'm sticking to it. And considering that GPS can be a little spotty in say, bigger cities, is it that much of a stretch to think it could happen here too? Yeah. It's another day, another dollar. So now we head to the Covina Farmers Market. Does not look like a good day for a tour of the rest of Covina. I think I've already done a video like this before on my other channel, where I gave the lower tour, you know. But yeah, that house that we just saw there, the significance there is that Adam the Forsaken supposedly lived there all those years ago. From the 90s to the year 2000 at least. Before it all went to, you know what. Though, it's also been featured in the mystery novel, but I'm still kind of working on that. No spoilers, but his time there will be much more brief this time around. Not because anything bad's gonna happen specifically to him, but just people move for different reasons. So here we go. I'm just walking around. That was the old place. And that Taekwondo place across the street there, that used to be a Pet's Delight. But yeah, not much of a lore tidbit as much as it is a that's where he would have gotten his pet fish if he had any, or other pets around the house probably, among other places, because his parents did have a car. But that would have been the easiest place for a kid to go get a pet. This village green is the senior apartment homes. Really nice places, to be honest. These apartments have existed in some capacity since I was a kid. So that tells you something, considering I'm almost 32 now as of this video. Probably even older by the time I share this. Wow, gas prices are way expensive now. The Covina Tasty there has been a pretty local establishment for a while. Maybe even when I was a kid. I honestly can't remember, but that 7-Eleven's been there definitely for all that time. Further down the road in that school Xing area is Cypress. Since I don't have someone to drive me around this time, I'm not gonna, have people questioning my intentions there. Especially being from out of town. It'd be different if I was a local resident saying, oh well, I was thinking about enrolling a kid here, or someone asked me to scout this place out to see if it looks like a good school. But now if you're from out of town, I mean, right now I'm wearing a name badge that says I'm in El Segundo. Or something like that. Sometimes I get like little pins from different cities and things. So I could say, yeah, I've been there. A weird novelty of mine, I'm sure. Oh, California Wick, I don't remember that being there. Oh, that subway's been there forever. Hello. Where all those shops are there, there used to be a place called the Greasy Spoon. It was a diner, restaurant of sorts. In fact, you can almost see the lettering where they ripped it off next to the dry cleaners there. And then there's the Crystal Galleries. I guess that they went under. City Lawn. I think that used to be where the Fantastic Sam's was that I used to go to. My memory's not the best on that particular location because I only went there a few times. Although I lived in the neighborhood where the person who did my hair lived, so that was kind of interesting. Just tells you how small Covina really is. Alright, let's see. The Citrus Plaza is where things are interesting as well. Like, okay, I may be wrong. Those buildings there that we saw, yeah, no, that wasn't the Greasy Spoon. There was always the Citrus Plaza, but like the sign that says Citrus Plaza used to say Greasy Spoon on it. That's how that was kind of, you know, the place everyone just sort of went to for breakfast. They used to have this model train set that would go up and around through the above the tables, and people could just kind of watch it on its track as they wait for their food. Nostalgia. Yeah, I was wrong the first time. This whole area here where they're, or rather, the La Cabrera, or whatever they say that is. Yeah, I'm gonna, La Perilla, that used to be a Greasy Spoon. Then it was nothing for several years, and then I guess that's what it is now. I'm 100% sure of it this time. $3.99 Pizza Company. When did that get there? Citrus Tax Service, pet grooming. I think the pet grooming's been there a while. Pretty sure but a lot of these, yeah, that pizza company, if I'm not mistaken, or one of the other, or the tax service, one of those used to be a VH1 or something, or which I think was a cable provider back in the day, or something like that. All I know is there was a cable company that used to be here that I don't even remember the name of it now. It's been so long since they were a thing. There's the Chevron. And Techron's not a real thing, by the way. That's just something they made up as a slogan, apparently. And this place that is Dolly's, it used to be a Sizzler. This I can be sure of, because I remember this very walkway path. And that bus stop I came in here, that used to be the Kmart. I mean, not this bus stop, but I mean, there's a Covina Transit Center. If you take the 490 from downtown LA, you'll go right to it as the last stop, and that's where and that parking structure was once just a regular parking lot, and then where the buses now gather used to be a building where there was a Kmart. I've never tried Dolly's before. I'll have to try them one day. This is Cypress. We're almost to the market. If you'll think Torrance shuts down early by shutting down around, you know, between 8 and 10. In Covina, we used to shut down around 5, 6 sometimes. Only chain restaurants would be open after that, and even then, not for very long. Bishamon being one of the few exceptions. Then again, they were kind of the one bar in town, so they didn't have much competition, and so thus they've survived the test of time. Although they're also a Japanese restaurant in their own right. The Bishamon is usually where I meet people at for these lore tours, of which I'm giving you but a small portion of one. I will link in the description below a more thorough video of when I've been here before, but I figured since it's been years since I've done a video tour here, it might be a good enough update to see what might have changed in just the general area. Also, I've only got so much camera film right now. I'm gonna delete a few other videos after I've uploaded them to my cloud storage, and then that'll make room for more content here. Wow, this is a very nice little house here. I wouldn't mind owning something that humble, as long as it's not a manufactured home, because those things, they depreciate in value a lot. This train station here appeared all the way in book 3, and I believe, and definitely book 4 I can confirm, because in book 3 Adam the Forsaken was attacked by someone who went rogue from Hemlock Peltskin's party to try to get him to join the other side and take over the world. But like all villains in the series, he was incompetent as hell, especially since he was just a lackey otherwise, with delusions of grandeur. This train station supposedly brought him in, and it was also the same train station where Adam the Forsaken pretty much made it a no-go for the train to ever come back through. Because back then, you know, it was that or city buses, but, you know, not very many people took the city bus to get down here. And city buses could be more easily shut off if they knew a place was a war zone. The trains, now they have to pass through these places since they're limited to where their track can go. It's a lot harder for them to detour a place like this than it would be for a bus to make a detour. That's why he considered it a bit of a threat, that they'd have to pass through and possibly be carrying enemies. Though, I admit the way he went about it was a bit grotesque and probably excessive, but, you know, he's a necromancer, and, you know, sometimes they really gotta send a message not to come around, you know, where they ought not to be. Only who's gonna deliver the message when they're all dead? Plus, you know, he's kind of not really wanting a war. He wants to keep it covered up that this place even exists after a while. Other than the fact that, well, it's on every map everywhere, but I mean, what he's actually done. Now, here we're getting to the actual train station itself. As you can see, generic train station number 1.
Wait.
The Covina fire station is where the market's going to be. And now we're crossing the tracks, looking both ways. There's a safety thing. So of course we'll get an early warning with these signal stations if we find ourselves in that kind of a situation. But yeah. So this is the Howard's Safe Light Auto Glass. There's that old Clippinger's. Surprised they still have the sign there. I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. And there's that that transit center I spoke of. That used to be a Kmart.
Wait.
Front street. Sign zone. Okay. Yeah, Howard's even applies. They say nobody beats Howard's, but I'm sure if you get a large enough machete, you could beg to differ on that. I'm joking. Friendly's barber shop, huh? Kind of a... I mean, do people actually have a last name Friendly, or is that just a nickname, I wonder? Here's the Clippingers. Oh yeah. That's where, in some of the fan fiction series, Adam has actually taken Chevy Novas from somehow. I know. They'd have that in the 90s in a used car lot when the Nova was discontinued in 1988. Well, Covina is the place of a lot of old things. I mean, the downtown is one example. Ooh, antique shop. Memorial Day closed. Oh well. Toy Story 4, anyone? Hippies back door, no exceptions. I love it. There's Heritage Plaza. That's where the farmers market is. As you can see, they've already got tents set up, even though it's not quite the time they said it is. Ellis and Ellis, attorneys at law. Yep. Oh, you're on TV. And I'm probably gonna end this particular segment here. Thank you for tuning in, and now you know at least a little bit more of what's changed in Covina and where to find the farmers market on Friday. They do it every Friday from 5 to 9. Maybe I'll catch you at one of them. Bye-bye.